special meeting to order and remind you all that we're being recorded, and Jeanette already told us that. Jeanette, you're on.
Okay, so the only item on this agenda is to hire a part-time driver for the senior center. Christy has joined us too. Hi, Christy. And I just wanted to say that I posted the driver position in the Woodbridge Town News and on the CASP website. Did I get it to the Woodbridge Town News? I may not have, because I posted it to the CASP website and immediately heard back that one of our colleagues, a senior center director in North Haven, who we've worked with for a number of years, and before I worked with her, Mary Ellen worked with her, to the extent that Mary Ellen actually had her on the interview committee for hiring the senior center director when Lee left. So Mary Ellen, turned her relationship over to me, and I've been working with her ever since. Her husband had recently retired, and she wrote to me privately and said, if you're hiring, think about hiring my husband. So with that recommendation, we went with, sure, let's meet him. He turned out to be just lovely. She was right. He's a good fit for this job. We did a background check on him and a pre-employment physical up at Occupational Health. And he provided references which Christy vetted completely. He is able to start immediately, and we'd like to start his training this week. His name is Michael Arcangelo, and he comes highly recommended. And so I'm just looking at my notes to see if I wanted to, and we think he'd be a really great fit with the clients. His temperament is just quite nice, and he'd be a nice addition to our staff. So with that, I'd like any questions.
Jeanette, what kind of training do these people get?
So good question. Most of our drivers, all of our current drivers, were not drivers before they came to us. Christy has set up some training with the other drivers. One of the companies that provides the vans and van restraints provides us with video training for them to go through, and we update all the drivers occasionally with this video training so that they do the kind of online training where you go through portals and you have to access certain grades before you can move on with the training. And so he'll get that training, and we are actually in the process of discussing having that company come in and do an on-site training for all of our drivers with regard to the lift and restraint of the wheelchairs in the vehicle, because those are really our hot point items. The rest of it is training with the other drivers, the protocol with inspection of the vehicles. There are inspection sheets. There are protocols that each driver has to do every day. We'll train him about our trip sheets and what's expected. And he also has some good knowledge of the town of Woodbridge and how to get from town to town. So he's not from out of the area, which is terrific. I do want to say that we also have, we have a manual, which is a transportation program driver policy and procedure manual, which we have them read and then sign and keep on premises. So there's a number of things that we take very seriously with the training of these drivers. And then occasionally we have, meetings with all the drivers. We bring them in and we go over new protocols as we did at the start of COVID and what our added procedures were for COVID regulations. Hope that answers that.
Yeah, thanks.
Sure. Nancy?
I was going to ask if you had any other applicants besides this person.
We were one and done on this one. We were one and done. We got the recommendation. We never posted in the newspaper and no other applicants came in through the CASP posting. And we said, wow, this is just the right guy. And so we were one and done. I have to say that sometimes a lot of applicants just sometimes can just muddy the water because we've been going through a lot of trouble with filling the assistance position with a lot of applicants, and it just hasn't helped us. We got the right one with this guy, and we feel pretty confident about him.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Viviana?
Yes, as part of the application process, do you review their driving history record?
Yes, good
Okay.
point. So the driving history was sent to DMV. We're awaiting that result, but we have every confidence that he is going to be fine. I sent that a month ago, and I'm still awaiting the return, but there were forms that had to be completed and submitted, and so it's all up to date. We should be receiving it any day. And in
Okay.
the first few days of his shift, he's just going to be training with the other drivers.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mention that.
It's a good question.
Sure.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I got a quick question. What's his recommended pay? What's his pay rate? Because that should also be in the minutes.
Sure. It's the same as the other drivers. Excellent question. Hang on. I believe, I don't want to quote it offhand, so let me give you the exact. Although the pay rate will go up in July. Hang on, I don't have it here.
And it's included in your budget for next year too?
Yes, he's replacing a driver that was pre-existing.
Okay,
I'm just gonna have to say I don't have it at my fingertips unless I go into my computer, and I don't want to lose you guys right now with that unless you have a minute. I can just say consistent with the rate of the other drivers. If that's okay.
fine,
with you.
Jeanette.
Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay.
So
Um,
are there any other questions?
sorry, I keep looking over because that's where my waiting room is, and I don't want to leave somebody waiting in the waiting room. So I feel like I'm being shifty eyes here, but I think we have enough to vote. So the motion would just read to approve Michael Arcangelo as part-time senior center driver. If anyone would like to make that motion.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Who's seconding it?
Janet,
Janet,
Janet, okay. All those in favor?
aye.
aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion carries. And there is nothing else to come before this meeting. Our next meeting is April 5th, and I will need a motion to adjourn unless there's nothing else on our agenda. So if everyone's comfortable, the motion carried. We have a new part-time driver, and I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Okay, Viviana, second.
I can second.
Nancy. All those in favor of adjourning?
Hang on.
Aye.
We had lost Jen, and so she wasn't, I don't know that she was present for the vote, and so I don't think her vote got counted.
Okay.
But But
You
I don't think it passed unanimously, Jen, so I think we're okay.
Sure? Well,
And somehow you're sideways.
if Jen wants to be part of it, we can vote again. Jen, you're there?
Oh, I was for it to begin with.
You were, well, we can vote again. I mean,
I think we can just add Jen's vote in to the others. I don't think we have to vote again, I think.
I'll just say it was approved unanimously.
yes,
I
good.
think that's terrific. And you got who was present?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've adjourned. It was unanimous on the adjournment, correct? I'm going to end the recording.